everyone, Alston here. Thank you for stopping by. First off, Happy New Year, everyone. I hope y'all had a good Christmas. To kick off 2025, I am back with yet another Rewatches. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I've had a ton of stuff happen between the last rewatches and this one. I was finishing up school, I graduated, then I was enjoying my summer, then I was busy publishing my first book, on top of doing some other projects. So yeah, video making projects like Rewatches kinda got put on the back burner for a bit, but we're back! And this time I even have a special treat, because this is the first ever collaborative Rewatches. I am here today with my good friend Michealsmells. Michael and I have been friends for like 7 years, almost 8 years I think. We've collaborated on a lot of things in the past, mostly involving Michael's streaming, which he does over on Twitch. We've been meaning to collaborate on a Rewatches for a while now. Unfortunately, my setup isn't really collaborative friendly, so we haven't been able to do it. However, we were on a stream together a few months back, and we were watching a movie on Discord, and I thought that there was a ton of good analysis going on, so with Michael's permission, I decided to turn it into a collaborative Rewatches. So today we're watching Megamind. For those who don't know, Megamind is an animated superhero comedy made by DreamWorks, and it's directed by Tom McGrath. It released in November of 2010. It's a satire on the superhero genre, and it's about a villain named Megamind, whose sole purpose in life is to fight his rival Metro Man. They've essentially played this cat and mouse game their entire lives, and despite Megamind's best efforts, he always winds up being defeated. Until he doesn't. When he somewhat unintentionally kills Metro Man, Megamind now finds himself questioning his role, which leads him on a bit of a misadventure that teaches him about what it truly means to be a hero. The movie's grown a very heavy cult following over the years. It's kind of best known for spawning a bunch of internet memes, but also for having a unique story, timeless humor, and a very profound message. I don't really have much to say about this movie this time around. I watched it in theaters sometime when it came out. It's definitely one of those movies that was present somewhere in my life, one that I grew up enjoying. This is one of those movies where I say that objectively, it's a good movie. And I will be getting into many reasons why I feel that way throughout this rewatches. It's at this point that I'll say that this video will contain spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie yourself, stop right now, don't go past this point. Go watch the movie yourself first. Seriously, I think you'll enjoy yourself. And whether you do decide to do that or not, I would also recommend checking out Does the Dog Die for any potential trigger warnings. This movie does actually have some subject matter that might hit a little too close to home for people, so I would recommend checking it out before proceeding. As always, it is better to be safe than sorry. And I also understand that Does the Dog Die isn't a catch-all, so as usual, I will include any additional warnings that may come to mind. The major ones are definitely covered by that website, though. And as a responsible adult interacting with a family-friendly piece of media, I am obligated to say that these videos are labeled as 18+, and therefore are not kid-friendly videos. Throughout this video, Michael and I are definitely cursing and occasionally making jokes that should not be heard by little children's ears. So if you are a child or a parent who's watching this with their child, click away now, this video is not for you. Also, I stated earlier that the audio for this video came from a stream. As is usually the case with streams, people are in the chat talking to Michael and I while we are watching the movie, and we are also talking to them in turn. So if either of us sounds like we're talking to some third party, that's why. I have made it a point to really highlight when we're doing that, so there's no confusion, but, you know, just a disclaimer, throwing it out there. And, yeah, I think that's it. All of that said, let's get right into the rewatch.
Actually, I need a drink. I'm gonna be back in like 2 seconds. I'm ready. No, I'm ready. No, I'm ready to start the stream, guys. I'm ready. I'm completely ready to start the fucking stream.
He's ready, you guys. We're ready. We're prepared. They're a good streamer. They didn't forget their drink.
I didn't forget it. I didn't realize I was finishing my coffee. Okay, so it wasn't forgotten. It was just I overestimated how much coffee I had left.
Also, this movie, bitchin' soundtrack.
Wait, before I start the movie, again, sorry. Kira, what were the movies that you didn't go to Taekwondo for?
Okay, so I have on 2 occasions skipped out on a Taekwondo class specifically to go watch a movie in theaters with my cousins. And one of them was this movie, and it was really good and I liked it. And the other one was Yogi Bear, starring Justin Timberlake and I think Dan Aykroyd was the other dude.
Oh my god. Okay, am I starting the movie now? Look at that fucked up baby.
Don't say that about him.
Look at
He's
that
one of
fucked
the cuter ones.
That's what I looked like as a baby because I had a big ass head and green ass eyes. I fucking love this intro so much. This poor fucking child.
I love Megamind and his dads.
I love Megamind and his dads.
I was given an opportunity to better myself through learning at a strange place called Micheal.
Points at Megamind, European.
European!
By the way, the fact that they just, like, left a child in prison.
Was this my destiny? Wait.
Why did he just try to riz up the teacher? Why did he wink at the teacher like that?
I decided to pick something a little more humble. Megamind! Incredibly handsome criminal genius and master of all villainy.
It's such a good fucking movie, dude.
I love the soundtrack for this movie so much. Also,
But I
J.K.
want-
Simmons.
J.K. Simmons.
Also, I only noticed in my recent watch-throughs that every outfit of his has, like, the popped collar.
Wow.
He's so goofy.
He's so slay, girl boss.
Roxanne, my beloved. How many people do you think, like, looked at her with her haircut and was like, oh, this just awoke something in
Oh
me?
no, I'm a lesbian. Yeah, probably me. Probably me, actually.
Also, why is, like, every actor in this movie, like, an absolutely perfect choice?
Right? Derogatory.
I'm thinking, like,
For specifically...
Jonah
For
Hill
specifically
really, like,
Jonah
nails
Hill.
it in this movie.
Like, you're right.
Specifically Jonah. I think it's because, like, at the beginning it feels like such a typecasted role, and then you get further into the movie, it's like, oh.
Oh.
Like, have you seen that one, like, fake interview that he did where he was, like, getting pissed off at the interviewer?
I don't think so.
Like, this dude's actually scary.
I want to fucking sit here and fucking kill you right now. I literally, my dream right now is to get out of this chair and fucking knock your teeth out of your head.
All right, put your hands in the air.
Why is this actually, like, Brad Pitt's best role?
Right, though? It's everyone's
Like,
best role.
It is. Actually, that's probably correct. Because I just feel like every Brad Pitt movie is just like him playing as Brad Pitt, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
Like, at least here, he sounds like he's having fun.
Well, I often ask myself, who would I be without you? I love you, Metro Man. And I love you, random citizen.
Oh my god, it was a meme, guys. I
This
probably
movie
missed like
produced,
5.
like 10,000 memes.
This
There's like a meme every 10 seconds.
Because a good fucking movie. It's what's crazy to me is this is an hour and a half movie.
I know.
Every minute of this movie is a meme.
This movie is also just like so easily rewatchable because of its runtime.
Mm-hmm.
But like also so much happens, but like in a good way. Because I feel like sometimes my issue with like rewatching movies, even ones that I've actually enjoyed, is it feels like a lot happens, but it's like overstimulating.
Hey, my kid can't see.
Me. Kid.
Hello?
Megamind.
Oh, bravo, Metroman.
I've come to make an announcement.
I've come to make an announcement. Metro Man is a bitch ass motherfucker. He fucks my wife. He said it was this big.
I like that you were like barely audible.
God! God!
So I noticed that they gave Metro Man like crow's feet.
In case you haven't noticed, you've fallen right into my trap.
You can't trap justice. It's an idea, a belief.
Even the most heartfelt belief can be corroded over time.
Justice is a non-corrosive metal.
But metals can be melted by the heat of revenge.
It's revenge, and it's best served cold.
This entire scene is just a meme.
That's such a good fucking scene. It deserves
Remember when
it.
this was like remixed, like when the movie came out? Does anyone else remember like the auto-tune remixes that they did for this movie?
No!
Even the most heartfelt belief can be corroded over time.
Justice is a non-corrosive metal.
But metals can be melted by the heat of revenge.
It's revenge.
Revenge.
It's revenge.
Revenge.
It's revenge. And it's best served cold. Can I go home now?
My spider bite is acting up.
Your plan is failing. Just admit it.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
Whose side are you on?
The losing side.
Thank you.
Could someone stamp my frequent kidnapping card?
You of all people know we discontinued that promotion.
Ciao, ciao, all.
Same.
There is so much happening. I'm not entirely unconvinced they didn't just like leave the actors like in the same room.
Right? I just said, okay guys, you got this.
Like I'm not like convinced that they didn't just do like the mutant mayhem method where they're just like, let's just let them run wild in the studio.
This dome is obviously lined with copper.
Stone is obviously lined with copper. Like you could have said anything else.
Like it had to be copper specifically.
Metro Man.
Metroman. Metroman!
Head to the bone. Could you imagine if the played right
Neener, neener.
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 I did it. Us. We both did it. You're a little more than
lot
me,
more
but still,
than you.
come on. When they're giving out the
What?
awards, I'm gonna be right there next to you, right, sir?
Hit it!
Again, those are just two people talking in the studio. How do you think DreamWorks feels that they made like unironically the most punk character ever? The daytime lighting you could tell was very much meant to be similar to his white Metro Man's white and gold color scheme, whereas the nighttime is definitely more meant to fit Megamind's like blue and black.
It's like Linda at the scene. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Why does he have that on there?
It's so great.
That's what his dad played to help him eep. That's actually kind of cute.
And what's this? It's like one of the giant monitors in the lair. But it seems to only carry one station.
Oh, that, sir, is called a window.
Window.
All the kids are looking through them.
Oh, I've never had a view before.
I like how they managed to make him like so unbelievably sad.
He's a little baby.
Still goofy with it. It's definitely one of those things where it's like, don't think about it too hard or else you will just get depressed on his behalf.
Pleading emoji. No, you can't.
Going up the rails on a crazy train, sir.
Hey! Not now, minion.
Now, Minion, I'm being sad boy.
I mean, we did it, right?
Well, you did it, sir. Yes, you've made that perfectly clear.
Then why do I feel so melancholy?
Melancholy?
Unhappy?
Oh, well...
I like how there is like this still comedic tone, but like the music is still hammering in how genuinely upsetting this is for Megamind. This is like, this movie is kind of like a rare example of how you can still keep things like lighthearted and comedic without completely fucking ruining your emotional tones.
It's okay, you can just say Marvel movies.
You should come over. I got a DJ, rented a bouncy house, made a gallon of dip. It's gonna be sick.
Oh, I don't know how. I don't really feel like being around a bunch of people.
No, that's the best part. It'll just be like you and me.
Wow, that
They've really perfected like the subtle, very noticeable shift in expression. The way her eyes went slightly wider.
just like oh no.
That's like a little too real. And that's just it, isn't it? It's like, it's funny now.
What's wrong with me? Rented a bouncy house? Chicks don't like bouncy houses. They like clowns.
I'm chicks. I fucking love clowns.
One of the things that I noticed also in my most recent watch-throughs is the fact that Hal and Metro Man call her Roxy, but Megamind does not.
Because,
I don't know, I just think that means something.
Because he loves and respects her. And
he drank his respect women juice.
He supports women's wrongs.
Hasn't, but he's definitely playing more into like the gender stereotypes. And I mean, Hal is Hal. It's interesting to think Roxanne and Metro Man may have had a Lois Lane Superman thing going on. That's just the thing. So it's like, that's like the roles that they're meant to be playing, but I don't think they were ever like an actual thing. I think they were really good friends. Look at his fucking pajamas. He seems hella sad about his death, but Hingle Markiplier did not care to say anything when he left. I mean, unironically, yeah. That's like kind of the issue, is like, I think we're Metro Man, probably to spoil this later in the movie. I think where Metro Man's been forced to play into a role for so long, he hasn't really considered like the consequences of his actions or how it's gonna affect other people. He's not really taking into consideration how like Roxanne, who's probably like one of his best friends, like how she's gonna feel about it, because in his mind it's like there might not be anything genuine, but it's ultimately like, oh, it's just all part of a role. Why are you sad? We had this thing going because this is just what we were meant to do. There's nothing like, you know, it's been part of the role for so long he's disillusioned with the meaning. Yes, exactly. Whereas Roxanne's just so real, like all the time. She's always just like pretty brutally honest. You know, she's very earnest. Which is why when she is like lied to, it hurts even worse. Because meanwhile she's just like, man, I've been honest with you. And I've been like open and vulnerable, and this is kind of what you've chosen to do to me. Do you ever think about how he learned to engineer without going to like any sort of schooling to learn how to engineer? You ever, there's a commentary about like people being prodigies but not having the chance to shine here somewhere. Why is he? I like that he wears the cap. I like that they're both wearing the cap.
She'll discover all our secrets! You dim-witted creation of science! What? Oh, no, not you, Roxanne. No, I was just yelling at my mother's urn.
Just yelling at my mother's urn.
We also appreciate the character design that must have had to go into Bernard in order to make him like both his own character but also recognizable when Megamind pretends to be him.
Right?
Also, apparently Ben Stiller voices him.
That's fucking hilarious.
Like, specifically Bernard, so he only has like 3 lines in this whole movie.
So I had to beat them all up, and I did, and they were all like crying and stuff.
Wow, a brave one, isn't he?
I like how Megamind also seems to genuinely believe that Hal was being serious. Like, I'd very much like to think that he was being genuine there, and meanwhile Hal's just like, fuck you. Imagine if Roxanne turned around right now. That's how I look when I sleep, by the way.
Yeah, that tracks.
This is a dream come true. You've been blessed with unfathomable power.
What kind of power?
Unfathomable. It's without fathom.
Without fathom.
These poor people. These poor people.
A few parts together.
Wait. LOL. Smiley face.
Oh, lip bite.
Not the lip bite.
Where are you going, sir? We have our debut battle with Titan tomorrow morning. We haven't even tested your big battle suit yet.
You attend to the details, minion. I have to run a quick errand.
You don't run errands.
Minion's just like, you don't do jack shit for this household. What are you talking about?
You know what? Toad, I'll just pack my thing and go.
I'll just pack my thing. Singular. Like, why do they have a... The wheels on that Segway aren't even moving. Ooh, who's ready for the saddest fucking scene in cinematic history? Sorry, second saddest.
What's the
At least
saddest?
Second saddest. Saddest always goes to Up.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah.
Gotcha! Woo! I'm sorry, what were you saying? I couldn't hear you over the sound of me saving your life.
Put me down! Right now!
Okay, alright.
I like how he's like, I like how Hal is like so perplexed that she's like freaking the fuck out. Like, what do you mean? Man, this would be fucking terrifying. Like, as someone who's terrified of heights, I would shit my pants. I like how Hal threw like the world's like biggest baby temper tantrum, and now he's like all sad. He's sad that she didn't take all that time to climb down from the building and then come and find him and apologize to him. And apologize to him for rejecting him and hurting his feelings.
If I was in the middle of kissing someone and then they turned blue, I would piss my pants. I'd be like, oh my god, are you breathing? Are you breathing?
No, it's like nothing to do with the complexion itself, you're just worried about their health.
Yes. This scene was so impactful to me as a child.
This scene definitely awoken something in a lot of people. Like, this is unironically the best scene in this whole movie.
Do you really think that I would ever be with you?
No, you hurt his feelings, Roxanne! You bitch!
Don't call her that! Don't be
He's
mean
just
to
a
her.
boy!
He lied her.
He's just a boy.
Yeah, and he committed a felony.
Yeah, he did kind of commit identity theft. It's okay though.
No, but like, how did they manage to take this movie with like a character that looks like Megamind and manage to pull off a scene that looks like you would find it in like, not quite a soap opera, but like your typical like live action drama series, and they actually did it like well. They did it more than well.
Okay, Titan. It's time to go down with style.
Why do they call him Titan and not Titten? I'll be back. I'm gonna go get me a ginger ale.
His aren't as huge as Metro Man's to earn that moniker. Sorry.
True.
This is such a look, by the way.
Were you even planning on showing up? What's this?
The moment he realized he might have fucked this a little bit.
It doesn't belong to me.
You stole it!
Pretty cool, right?
No, you're a hero!
Titan's a perfect mirror for Metro Man and Megamind. He really is, because, like, again, it's the whole roles and fitting in the roles thing. Like, for Metro Man and Megamind, this is more just like a game. And Titan's not playing the game. Like, I definitely think it says something that Megamind undoubtedly seems to have way more morals here than Hal does.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I don't think it's solely because, like, oh, you're supposed to be the hero, you're not supposed to steal, you're not supposed to do this and that. Like, I actually genuinely think that there is a part of it where it's just like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you have superpowers, you have super strength, you can't just be doing this to people. Because, I mean, Megamind has, like, mechs and stuff to fight with, but, like, he's not strong. He can't just do whatever he wants. The fact that he's been in prison multiple times shows that.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's time for some witty back and forth banter! You go first! Okay, look, I'm not sure where to go with that!
That's my stream commentary. It's ready for get ready for some witty back and forth banter. Oh.
That's what our conversations are like.
Oh, no. I was thinking more like the morgue. You're dead!
Whoa. This isn't how you play the game.
Game over.
Again, Jonah Hill's delivery is so good.
It's so good.
I like how hellish this coloring looks. But it's like, it's also just kind of tying into, like, Metro Man's introduction and, like, Megamind becoming, like, the sole ruler, so to speak.
There's
so like,
good color
Metro
theory.
Man had his, like, yeah, like, it's fitting their color schemes. Megamind had night, Metro Man had day, and now Hal is getting, like, flames and smoke and shit.
Copper worked perfectly well last time.
Copper? You're not making any sense.
Look,
I like how hand-talky she is. I like how that's, like, a subtle example of how they're just, like, preferably don't keep a model completely still.
Mm-hmm.
Even if all they're doing is just talking. Like, try to add, like, a little bit more expression to it. One thing I remember, like, from watching a video critiquing Doom Syndicate is the fact that it's a little too animated.
Oh, is it, like, over-animated because it was supposed to be the pilot for the show? Which we're not watching, by the way. I'm cutting it off.
We're not watching the show. No. Here's the issue, I think, with Doom Syndicate. I think this is ultimately just supposed to be another one of those DreamWorks shows that's significantly lower budget, but the problem is they advertised it as a legitimate sequel, which is why everyone's so upset. I think if they just advertised it for what it was, by the way, the condensation on this glass is fantastic. If they just advertised it for what it was, I think people would be less judgmental about it as they are now.
Exactly, right? I love by the way, the condensation on this glass is fantastic. Because it is.
Also,
no, you're right. Oh my god. Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier. Welcome back to Five Nights at Freddy's.
Listen, I've like perfected the whole like doing a commentary and pausing to still talk about them.
Go talk about some bullshit.
Like he was really just okay with like his friends grieving for him. Did he really think the relationships like that he had with them were like that superficial as his like relationship with the rest of the city?
Right?
Like, that's what I was talking about earlier, where I'm like, I don't think he's fully thinking this out because he's so disillusioned by the role. Like, Roxanne actually cared about you. Megamind also cared about you, even if you two are just like.
I'm about to choke on my food because he's Megamind.
Like, that's just where I think, like, you know, kind of what his character has led to. Where it's like, even the most genuine relationships to him, in his mind, he's probably just like, they only care because I'm Metro Man. Which isn't really true. Like, at least in Roxanne's case, for sure. I mean, the thing is, there are just like this movie definitely is about nuance and layers, and so there is a lot happening with every character in this movie. Because I remember, like, obviously the initial reaction, the Metro Man reveal, really is just like, wow, this guy's kind of a jerk. And I mean, he is a jerk.
Oh, can we reenact a few scenes? Okay, yeah. Shit. What's a single line that occurs in this movie?
Forgot the entire script. My favorite bit is when Hal and Megamind are fighting, and then Megamind asks Hal what the capital of Thailand is, and he yells
Bangkok!
And then he...
Chat wasn't here for that! They don't know the context! You're just fucking spouting shit!
The context is that was like... No. The context is that was a real scene at one point in production.
Yeah.
That was like a genuine... There's a script that exists somewhere of like original draft Megamind, and that is a legit joke that they had. Why? Okay. What is this hair detail on Metro Man here?
Oh my god!
Neck.
What the hell? You can see like his fucking like back of neck pubes.
He's got stray hairs.
Stray hairs. That's what those are called, not pubes.
They did not need to go off like this.
I really am. I'm done. You know, little buddy, there's a yin for every yang. If there's bad, good will rise up against it.
He can't even begin to like process this like seriously. And in a way I kind of understand.
Hey, who needs him? We can beat Titan ourselves. I say we go back to the evil lair, grab some ray guns, hold him sideways, and just go all gangsta on him.
Just go all gangsta on him. Roxanne, you can't say that.
There was, okay, so random, but there was at one point I was trying to quote this line in the exact same like speed, but for some reason instead of saying weapons, I kept saying webkins.
Your favorite character is the incel? My mouse is hovering over that ban button.
Don't listen to them. Your opinion is valid. He's a very well-crafted character.
What's your reasoning?
Hear me out.
Behind Hal being your favorite character in Megamind.
I like how they also included these little tidbits of like humanity in him, where he's like momentarily considering what she's saying.
Mm-hmm.
But like ultimately, like I feel like it's the reminder that he's not like that he's still a person, but also he's actively choosing to do this. Like he's considered what she's saying, and yet he's still choosing to be the villain.
It's really funny having the most pathetic possible character be given the power million, seeing how selflessly he uses power. I mean, you're right. Again, Kira said
correct.
it very good. He's a very well-crafted character in how bad and suck he is. Bad and suck.
Like, that's the thing. So I feel like, in terms of having him as a favorite character, like, he is a very... Because there are some characters that are, like, of his sort of archetype that are done very poorly. And they are bad characters because they are done poorly. But his is very intentional. Like, every decision that they have made with him has been for the...
He also aged like fine wine. Like nice guys were not as much of a glaring issue back then as they are now. And so now looking back on this movie, it's like, oh, this movie was ahead of its time in the worst possible way.
Was it that it's ahead of its time, or was it just shining, or have we just been able to shine more of a spotlight on this type of behavior that we weren't shining a spotlight on before?
So DS card inserted.
There is no DS card inserted.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you again.
He has such good expressions too. And again, Jonah Hill, like, really nails this role. I do love the choice of him, because he really is the type of actor that unfortunately does get typecasted, which is what makes this role so good. Because you really do think, like, oh, this is just another dorky, geeky guy who's, like, kind of socially awkward that he's getting to play as, and meanwhile it's like, oh no, this dude is nuts. This dude is insane. Anyway, this is also one of the best sequences in this whole movie.
Big enough for 2 supervillains.
Oh, you're a villain, all right. Just not a super one.
Yeah? What's the difference?
Presentation!
Also, they do really well with selling the kind of weight that he's lifting. I feel like it must be really hard to animate a character lifting something when they're flying.
Because there's a lot of things you have to consider.
Yeah. Well, because I just feel like when they're flying, there's not really much of, like, a point of reference.
Yeah, you can't.
Like, if you're showing, like, a weightlifter lifting a weight, there's something, like, usually you can have, like, their stance.
Yeah.
Like, on the ground.
Because a lot of, like, characters and, like, putting a character in an environment is weight. And so if you're adding them lifting something that's going to be weight, a lot of it has to do with the weight that is being exerted on the ground itself that they're standing on. So as soon as you add in, you know, that they're flying, you're like,
the fact
oh.
that he tries to kill her with this bus is actually the most insane thing that he's done. Forget, like, the rampage he went on in the city. The fact that he explicitly tried to murder her like this.
Oh, I thought you were dead.
My death was greatly exaggerated. So, you're the punk I've heard about.
You know, my only criticism with this part, this reveal is really nice. I wish that they had, like, purposely implied that Minion had, like, contacts or something, though.
Right? Because
this,
the whole,
noticed, like,
the whole movie, yes,
doesn't change your eye color.
Yes, this whole movie, and even right here, you can tell it's not changing the eye color. But in
like
that one particular spot,
that this is not actually Metro Man,
and
it's like, it's really good. So why did they get rid of it? I understand why they got rid of it from Minion, but they could have probably done a workaround to still include that.
Because it's not like the reveal took so long that it, like, you wouldn't want to see the eyes, right?
Here's the thing. If they made Megamind's eyes brown, it would be very noticeable. So why not just change Minion's eye color and just... you could have even had a funny visual gag where the contact pops out. Minion's got glass on his head generally, but that's... I mean, I guess. I feel like that's a little too, like, I feel like too complex of an explanation, I guess. Just to be like, hey, he's got a glass dome for a head. So his eye color isn't affected or whatever. Megamind would do really good on the game show Wipeout, I think.
That's... what?
Sorry,
It's
I'm
such a
looking at him dodging all the things that Titan's throwing at him.
That's the most specific thing I've ever heard you say.
Am I wrong, though?
I mean, no.
Kira type thought. I mean, yeah. Those are the types of thoughts that I have. I just had it just now.
You
actually.
have thoughts?
No, actually.
Code. We're the good guys now.
Code. I guess we are.
Oh, I'm going. I think this is it. I'm going far away.
Defender of Metro City!
You know, I like the sound of that.
Hit it!
Was Michael Jackson alive when this movie came out? When did Michael Jackson die? This is random.
So. No, I think this is a valid question. Yes, 2009.
Okay, so he died in 2009, and when did this movie come out?
2010.
Okay.
He didn't get to see one of the best uses of one of his songs ever.
Anyways, it took me the entirety of Megamind to draw a picture.
Normal stuff.
Please laugh.
There's an after credits scene in this movie, by the way.
Oh yeah, there is, isn't there? Here, let me turn on the credits so we can go back to listening to...
By the way, was this like one of the first superhero movies to do that? I don't think after credit scenes were as popular back then.
Don't do this to me. I don't want to think about Marvel movies right now, man. Oh, there he is. He's alive.
There he is. And that was Kira Rewatches Megamind with Michealsmells. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was definitely a ton of fun to work on. I always really enjoy hanging out and being goofy with Michael, so it was really nice to make this video. I was cracking up while editing this. And honestly, Megamind was a good movie for this, I think. We kind of joked about the idea of choosing some so bad it's good movie for our first collab. But I think something like this is good because it's funny, it's thought-provoking, it's an all-around fun time. It gives us plenty to work with and joke about, while also providing a good discussion and analysis. This was just a great time. And if I can ever figure out a convenient enough setup, I would love to do more collabs with them in the future. And just more collabs in general, but especially with them. I would also highly recommend checking out Michael's Twitch channel. He plays games like Genshin Impact, Pokemon, horror games, all that good stuff. I'm frequently in his chats. I'm actually a moderator in his chat. Occasionally, I'm also guest starring directly on his streams. Honestly, he's just a really nice and really funny person. He has a lot of the same humor that I do, so if you enjoy my work, you'll enjoy their streams too. I'll link both his Twitch and also his YouTube channel down below for you guys to check them out. If you guys remember, I ran a poll a few months back between Megamind and another movie. Obviously Megamind won, so it got first priority. Now that it's done, however, the next Rewatches lined up is going to be the other movie in that poll, which is the 2007 Ninja Turtles movie. It's pretty long overdue at this point. I recorded it back in October of 2023, I think, and we just started 2025. Yeah, so it will be up next. However, I will say that I do currently have a small queue of Rewatches recordings going. I won't say what they are right now, because firstly, I would like to eventually put them up to a vote in order to determine which one I'll do first. as I stated before in a previous video, I do think that's a cool idea. It'll give you guys a bit of engagement, kind of give you a say in what comes next. But also, I would just have to test them against YouTube systems before confirming that they're even an option. We obviously don't want another Despero situation, because that would really suck. But don't worry, I'll make sure to test them before I include them as options on a poll, just to avoid any awkward situations. I would much rather prefer giving you guys actual options and not being like, oh, here's a thing. Oh, wait, sorry, it's, you know, gonna get my channel blown up. But yeah, so I'll make sure to do all that. And, yeah, I think that's it. Thank you guys again for stopping by and watching, and stay tuned for more videos in the future. I hope the new year treats you all well. Later.